Hey, everybody. Okay, so we are going to do orientation for Keller Williams Valentine. So if you guys are looking for compliance orientation or anything like that, it's the wrong orientation. But so the purpose of KWB orientation is just to kind of explain everything available to you as a resource as an agent at KW Valentine. Obviously, you guys are presented a lot of different resources through Keller Williams as a whole. But if you guys are looking for anything specific to you guys as an agent of Valentine, I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick hour to show you what you've got. So the website you guys will all want to get familiar and comfortable using is actually going to be kwbresources.com. If you guys have a laptop, AJ, you do, and you'd prefer to follow along that way, you are more than welcome to. If you prefer to just kind of watch, because obviously I've got it up on these big screens, that works well too. The really great thing is there is going to be a recording of this. So as I kind of word vomit on you guys, you will have an opportunity to go back and listen to this information again. And the other thing too, as these are recurring classes, they're every 2 weeks. So if you guys would prefer to have just a quick refresh and maybe step in for 5 minutes of the next opportunity, you are more than welcome to do that as well. But without further ado, we are in KWB Orientation. We are at kwbresources.com. And like I said, this is Valentine's specific website. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is right here on our homepage. If you were to click this new agent tab, what's going to happen is it's going to pull up a little section here that is kind of a little bit more geared towards where you guys are at as you're starting out. On the left-hand side here, if you were to click under this getting started, click the learn more button. And it'll actually show a quick checklist. And this is just regarding your onboarding process here. This is not every single little bit, but if you are still in the midst of onboarding with us and you're curious to see kind of where you're at in onboarding, I know sometimes that can be a gray area. You are more than welcome to check out this little sheet here. It does kind of give you an idea of what's going to be asked for you when you fill out your macromotus paperwork, but also it's going to give you an idea of those supplemental documents I'm requesting in addition to add to your file, as well as when you can be expecting to hear from specific people about your progress through onboarding. At the very bottom, and the reason I really do like to touch base on this, hey, how are you? Is to cover over the things you can begin doing immediately, because that's post onboarding. We're officially starting to get the ball rolling. Even if you haven't quite had a chance to give me your headshot yet, these are still objects and items that you can be kind of keeping tabs on and going through as well. One is to go onto our website. Obviously, we are doing that together right now, but in your free time, go ahead and check out the website as well, because that's going to be beneficial to you. But there's also the office calendar on our website, which we will show in just a minute here, just so you guys can get comfortable using that, because that's going to be kind of your hub for all things KWB. What are the events that are happening? What are the trainings I can go to? What's going on in the market center? That's where you're going to be able to find all of that information, and I will share that with you momentarily. Joining Ignite, which I think just about everyone in here has at least set foot in the Ignite classroom at one point, and that's awesome. If not, that is absolutely all right. If you have a desire to do that, I always recommend doing that, because it's a great foundational builder, especially if you're new to North Carolina real estate, South Carolina real estate, whatever the case. But Ignite's just really great to build that strong foundation for you guys as you begin your real estate career. It's 20 sessions long. Our next sessions will begin on November 7th. So if you guys have any desire to try and step foot in those, November 7th is going to be the next time we start up. And those are run 9 to 12 every morning. And they are Monday through Friday, in person only. So you guys can be part of the office for that day. That would be awesome. And you also do not have to feel obligated to do all of the sessions, even if you are a seasoned agent and you'd like to have a little bit more insight on maybe the social media. That is one of the topics they do go over. So you're welcome to step foot just for the day and get a little insight on that. But strongly encourage Ignite if you guys are looking for something to kind of help give you that confidence as you first start out here. Joining our Facebook pages is the next thing on this quick checklist, which I will show you here in just a minute. We've got 2 Facebook pages. The first is actually one that's internal for this office. It is going to be you, all of our agents here in the market center, as well as the leadership team only. So it's just a small, not a small collection of people, but just a few of us in there. And that's going to be a really great spot for you guys, once again, to hear from me about some of the different things we've got that we're bringing to the market center, some of the different events, maybe even like volunteering opportunities, fundraisers, all the things. But most importantly, for you guys as agents, it's going to be a really great way for you guys to communicate with the other agents in this office. A lot of times you'll see people posting about needing help with open houses, needing help showing a house to or a property to a client. So if you guys are available, that's a really quick way for you guys to drop your information, get your foot in the door and start getting into action. There's also the opportunity for you guys to also inquire on the Facebook page. You guys can ask, hey, who do you guys trust and know in this area who can do plumbing for blah, blah, blah. And people will immediately, they'll start sending you screenshots from the contacts on their phone. People are so eager to help here in this office. And that's a really great hub of information for where you guys can communicate. The second Facebook page is a vendor Facebook page. It is all of our strategic vetted vendor partners here in the office. And it is you guys as agents as well. So this is an opportunity, again, for you guys to find out who those vendors are, get in touch with them very quickly. My favorite feature of that is the search feature, obviously. So on a Facebook page, just search plumber, electrician, anybody that we've got that's a trusted and vetted vendor will immediately populate right there for you. And you can reach out to them, get your 3 suggestions to your clients immediately. So a very great page to be a part of. Neither are required, but they're strongly encouraged for you guys just to be in central communication with everything. Attending office meetings is another one. So congratulations, you guys got one off your list. There are several others that you guys can be coming to that are recurring as well. Very, very helpful and instructive. And I'll talk about those when we get to the calendar. And the last thing is registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. So if you guys plan to be here more than a few times a month, which we hope you do, then what I would strongly recommend is registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. There is a link right here. Obviously, if you guys cannot find this link at any point moving forward, shoot me an email, I'll get it to you. But Torrington Preferred Parking is something where you just apply to get a parking pass. It's free to you guys, and you can register up to 3 vehicles under the same tag. And when this vehicle or when this parking ticket is brought in for you guys, it will be dropped off in our mailroom. And the reason that I go into this long explanation about that is because I've come to find out a lot of people don't know that we have a mailroom here. So our mailroom is actually just to the right. No, you're fine. Don't do that. It's okay. You can enjoy the weather. But to the right of the front desk, we do have a small room with a purple back wall similar to this one. And that is our mailroom. So any mail that is ever sent to the office, your parking pass, anything like South Carolina licenses coming in, that will all come straight to our mailroom. Again, anything else you direct to the firm as opposed to your personal address. Sue goes and checks the mail twice a day. Any mail that is brought to us will be dropped off in the mailroom. We've got the filing cabinets there organized by your last name. So you'll just search for your last name letter, open it up. There's going to be an envelope in there that's got all of your mail that's been collected in there for however long it's been since your last visit. And we also will hold packages in there as well. Usually if you guys do have a package that's sent here, Sue will send you an email that just lets you know, hey, you just got a package, just wanted to let you know, feel free to pick it up at your convenience, but that way you guys are aware and have an idea of when you can stop by the office for that. So like I said, that is a free thing for you guys to do. I will say, full disclosure, I've never seen someone get towed here, but I do not want you guys to go on my word on that and not do the parking pass. So again, if you guys plan to be here more than a few times a month, it's just a good idea to have at least your car registered so they know that they can expect you guys in the parking lot just to play everything safe. On the right-hand side here under basic training, again, we are still under that new agent tab. If you were to click learn more, it will take you to Scott Leroy Marketing. So for those of you who are pretty far through your onboarding process or have completed onboarding with us here, Scott Leroy Marketing is our third-party marketing consultant. They're the ones who put together your tech setup for all of KW technology. They give you your website, your email, they give you your command login, all the good tools that you're going to need here. But this is Scott Leroy's website as a whole. They have so much to offer on here that this is a resource we want to make sure is right there up in front for you guys. We do have different opportunities on this website. I won't get into everything, but just to give you a quick idea of what they do offer Zoom trainings from 1 to 2 o'clock every single day. Monday through Friday. So that's something that you guys can absolutely exercise as a resource for you, especially if maybe, Tuesdays 1 to 3 just does not work for me all the time. Or maybe I'm looking for something specific and Jules and Leah won't talk about it for the next 2 weeks. There's a good chance Scott Leroy will. So if you guys are interested in doing that, what you would do is you'd go under agent resources. You would select the training calendar here. Our market center number, when it does ask, is the number 350. And once you get in there, it'll actually just show you that calendar right there. You'll be able to see everything they're going to be discussing. It's as simple as just clicking on that information right there, and it'll give you the Zoom link you'll need. So please do check out this calendar and use it as much as you'd like. It's definitely a great resource that's there for you at all times. Another really great thing I like to touch on is if you guys are big onto social media marketing, maybe even just I like to print off flyers and share. Have you guys ever, I'm sure, seen a QR code? Those are super, super helpful, super neat, make it super efficient. Scott Leroy actually makes QR codes for you guys. That's a free resource to you. All you'll have to do is there is a way to do it on the website, and I'm not going to dig and grab it for you, but you just give them the link to what you're trying to connect it to. It could be a website, it could be a sign up genius, whatever it is. And they'll immediately get that back to you. I usually get back from them within 24 hours. I think 48 is the longest they ever take. But you guys can have a QR code that you're immediately able to share with your clients. And that's a really great resource because I certainly don't know how to make them without Scott Leroy. So definitely something to consider when you guys are going about making flyers or trying to share any information with your clients. And the last thing I was going to touch on here as well is under the agent store. If you were to click on store, it will take you actually to a separate, but still through them, agentstore.com. And if you were to go in here, they do have pre-done templates for Keller Williams for business cards, name tags, packages, all the things. Yep. So if you guys are looking to make your business cards or get a name tag quickly, especially as you guys are first starting out, that's super great. I recommend strongly going through the agent store. Obviously, you do have other options. You're more than welcome to go the Vistaprint route or anything like that. But this is going to be one that's pre-done, super easy. Just drop your information and then have them print it up and send it to you. They also offer some really great price points. I know that they do offer a little bit of customization towards the end there. You can customize finishes, corners, all that great stuff. But their price point's pretty phenomenal. I got personally 500 business cards for $39. So if that's something that kind of sounds right in your price range and hey, I don't have time, I'm not the creative mind, I just want something super simple, I highly recommend using the agent store here. But I'm going to go ahead and close out of that and we'll just move on from Scott Leroy for now. We'll come back to them in just a minute here. But again, a great tool. There's so much more on that website that you're welcome to use, but I will let you guys navigate that as you see fit. A little bit further down here though, of those Facebook pages I was recommending, that first one here is going to be the internal Facebook page for you guys to communicate with other agents and see leadership posts as well. And that Facebook page has already been shared to many of you. If you've gotten an email from me saying welcome to the family with some colorful balloons at the bottom, that link was shared with you there. So that might be an easy way for you to access it. If not, you're more than welcome to click on it here and join that way. We also have our strategic vendor one is the second one here that I would highly recommend you guys checking out. The Kellerisms is actually a quick PDF in there. It's actually several pages long. But Kellerisms just kind of breaks down some of the lingo that we use here at Keller Williams. So if you've ever noticed that certain terms don't translate in the real world, like what is a market center administrator? I have no idea. What is my commission cap? What do these terms mean? Maybe you're a little too shy to ask, and that's okay. That's a really great spot for you guys to check because it's a 5-page PDF, like I said, that breaks down every term you've heard here that's Keller Williams specific, and it gives you some real world translation for it. Again, you're more than welcome to ask those questions to me because you can't be embarrassed when you ask me questions like that. But if you are shy and you'd like to just check the sheet, I understand that too. A little bit further down, we also have Command. Obviously, Command, as you guys are starting to get familiar and hopefully a little comfortable using it, Command is our CRM here at Keller Williams. It was built by KW for KW. And sometimes that means that it's not always the smoothest transition, and that's okay. The really great thing is that we do offer several resources available to you to help you navigate Command. One is going to be this website here, answers.kw.com. And that's going to be an opportunity for you guys to go in. It's actually an entire web page dedicated to frequently asked questions about Command. So it's your opportunity to kind of, if that matches your learning style, maybe it's a quick and easy question, you can absolutely scour this website and see if somebody's already asked it and get a quick solution to your problem. You're also more than welcome to reach out to Jules and Leah, who are our tech coordinators here. And again, I'll talk about them in a little bit here, but they're very, very helpful. And they're super eager to help share their information with you. They've actually worked with Scott Leroy before. Each of them did about 5 years there. So they're very, very familiar and comfortable with a lot of the Scott Leroy information, a lot of KW technology. So they're a great resource for you as well. The last thing I was going to note was answers.kw.com. There is a sister website to this. It's called ideas.kw.com. And ideas.kw.com is actually dedicated for your suggestions on how to improve Command. So if you've got an idea and you think, okay, I'd like to see this change because I think it could make it much more seamless, much faster, go ahead and let them know. They do check this frequently. Again, this is KWRI. This is not our specific market center. So if you don't hear back from me, it's because I have nothing to do with it. But they are really, really great about taking those suggestions. They want it to obviously be a smooth transition, especially as you guys are either coming from another firm or if you guys are first starting out and trying to get the hang of it initially. They want to make sure that they're hearing from anyone and everyone on how they can be constantly improving command. So use either website as much as you see fit. They are both great tools for you guys as you learn and get comfortable with command. A little bit further, we've got access to our training calendar. One thing to note right now is that there are several different ways to pull to the same information on our website here. So this is one of the ways you can get to the calendar. I will admit that it's not the fastest and quickest way. So I'm not going to direct you all the way over there just yet. I will show you the quickest way as we kind of move along here. The last thing to note here is we do have an opportunity for you guys to book conference rooms. So we do have 6 or 7, and one day I'll get the number straight, different conference rooms available on this floor, each holding a different capacity. So if you guys have any interest in using those, we usually prefer you use them for coaching. We suggest you use them for client appointments, consultations, things like that. We try to encourage, if you guys are going to just be doing independent work where you would like a quieter space, but maybe you don't want to rent a desk or a cubicle here, we suggest actually using, there's some day desks, as we call them. They are down this hall here to the left. There's some cubicles in the back right corner of this office. And those cubicles they have little tags that say day desk on them. Those are free for you guys to use for a couple hours at a time, any day. So feel free to take a seat there, especially if you're like me and if someone talks to you, it's game over, you're distracted for the whole day. Then go ahead and use those day desks. It's a little quieter in that corner. So please use those as much as you'd like. And we like to keep them on rotation as well. But similar to that is our conference rooms that we do, as I said, coaching, consultation, client appointments. But the conference rooms, it's as simple as you would click here to register. You would just go ahead and use your email, KW password. I usually suggest using the same one you've already got. And you'll make an account through Skeda. And Skeda will allow you to open up this entire spreadsheet. It shows you each of the conference rooms by name. It'll also show you the capacity they hold, and it'll show you all the time slots for the day. You can just drag and drop right there. We usually prefer you guys stay 2 hours or less in each conference room for the day, just to keep them again on rotation for our agents here. But if you guys ever experience difficulty trying to book a conference room, shoot me an email, because I'm so happy to help you guys with that. Sometimes it's a little bit of a tech issue and maybe it doesn't like your email or something like that. I'm an admin on the page, so I can fix it for you. And I can also go ahead and just book one for you if you're really having trouble and you need it now. So always be a friend, don't be a stranger. Email me if you need help with anything. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take us back to that home page. So that entire time we were under our new agent tab. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay there as a new agent. You're welcome to enjoy the whole page. Here we have some of our lovely people on leadership, their roles here, and also their emails. So if you guys are ever looking to contact anyone, it's as simple as just finding their email right here on our homepage. But if we were to scroll a little bit further, like I said, Jules and Leah are our wonderful tech coordinators. They do offer can't miss videos where they will update every now and then. They will post about 5-minute to 10-minute videos of just different tech tips you guys can be utilizing in your business. Hey, how are you? Good. If you were to scroll a little bit further, here's another way to get to that office training calendar. And I'll go ahead and just show a little bit more about that now. The quickest way, though, since I won't touch on it later, is just to click on this office calendar button right here. It will immediately take you to the homepage and just drag you right to where you need to be. But our office calendar is pretty amazing. So, I mean, I shouldn't shoot my own horn. I do a lot of stuff with the calendar, so I like to think it's amazing. If it's not, shoot me an email and I'll fix it. So if you were interested at all in what we've got going on for this month in particular, it's as simple, like you see here, it is the entire month laid out, but it's as simple as clicking on, there's a +2 or +3 icon at the bottom. You'll click on that. It'll give you the full overview. And unfortunately, it does look like some stuff gets cut off, but if you're interested and say, oh, like what is the 6 personal perspectives, you can click right on it. It'll show you the 6 personal perspectives. It will explain the actual class description. It'll give you the link to register. A flyer will be attached, all the things. If you guys are noticing anything looks like it's got too little information, maybe you still have questions about it, come to me first. I'm happy to give you as much information as I've got on it because I work the closest with the calendar here. But for the most part, almost anything we've got going on in the Market Center is well explained. We've got a virtual profit share watch party going on the 14th. that you guys can learn all about how to create passive income and wealth building. We've got so much on here though. Ignite's on here every single day. So please get really comfortable using this calendar, locating that information. And like I said, there's registration links right in there. So you can go ahead and sign up for anything. And as new agents, I highly recommend that that's probably the first place I'd say go look. And just start signing up for things that sound like they're of interest to you. Don't feel like anything is out of play for you guys just because you're new. That's absolutely far from true. So go ahead and just check out anything. If you are really that worried and maybe, I don't know if this will apply to my business, you can shoot me an email and I'm happy to give you a little bit more information and help you to feel a little more comfortable signing up for different things. But we do have so much going on this October. We even have a trunk or treat, which I've yet to add to the calendar, but that is going to be an exciting event that we've got going on that KW Social is offering. So if you guys would like to be a part of trunk or treat, I will be adding that to the calendar soon, but it's already been announced on Facebook. So you guys can go ahead and get started signing up for that right away. But that'll be a really fun kind of social and KWB event that we'll be doing right here at the office. A little bit further down under upcoming events, this is just a kind of brief overview of some of those recurring trainings we offer. One being our ALC meetings, team meetings, and our forms classes. ALC meetings and team meetings obviously are a little bit different. They're not quite trainings, but they're still important and a great thing for you guys to be a part of. Our ALC meetings happen on the third Tuesday of every month. And those are going to be, and again, they're going to always be on that calendar. They're there for you. But ALC meetings are when our ALC are I think we have 12 people on ALC right now in our top 20%. They represent different committees here at Valentine. They all get together and they end up, they basically will make decisions on behalf of the market center and they make different votes and things like that. You guys are more than welcome to hear those decisions and conversations firsthand, and we encourage that you do that. They're usually held in this training room in person. The only thing that we ask is if you guys would like to be a part of them, that we just ask that you let the ALC hold the floor for the duration of the meeting, but you guys are welcome to be part of the conversation. The next thing here is our team meetings. Our team meetings are the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month at 11. They are our Tuesday parties. They're a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and it's really fun to be a part of them. This is actually a full standing room only situation in here, so I always suggest get here early. When you do arrive early, we've got vendors that'll park right outside here in the hub, and they're going to be here just to kind of share more about their business. So it's a good way for you to get connected with vendors. It's kind of like a win-win all the way around. You get to have some fun. We get to celebrate each other. We also get to talk about a little bit about right now, the important conversation of what is the market doing. So we'll be talking about that as well. So just be part of team meetings as frequently as you can be. Those are available through Zoom as well. And the Zoom link is on the calendar. So if you guys ever can't make it in person, you guys can still be a part of the content online. And the last thing here is our forms classes. Our forms classes are taught by our broker in charge, Sabra. They're strictly through Zoom. Again, all the links are disclosed on the calendar, but she touches base on both sides of each transaction for each state. So we've got the listing, we've got the buying for North Carolina, and we've got South Carolina listing and buyer as well. So again, if you guys are both awesome, you guys can partake in all of them. If you guys are just North Carolina licensed for the time being, go ahead and just focus on those first two classes. They're each on Thursdays. Usually the first Thursday, she focuses on North Carolina listing, and the second Thursday is North Carolina buyer. But again, you'll be able to see that on the calendar. But just super instructive and very informative. Helpful for you guys, especially as you're getting comfortable using those forms, understanding how to fill them out. Highly recommend going to those. This is our lovely broker in charge, Sabra. We also, in addition to this, we do have a broker, a BIC associate. How do I say it? BIC associate, Tasha Viney, and she is a phenomenal individual as well. She's actually in the office pretty frequently. She has her office hours posted here, but she's kind of Sabra's right hand. She's very, very well educated and informed as well. Lots of knowledge between the two of those girls. But if you guys are ever trying to reach anybody about a specific question, Sabra's email and Tasha's are both posted on here. But what I do like to say is if it is more administrative, it's not an urgent question, and you guys are just looking for a general answer, I highly recommend you use this KW Valentine BIC Gmail account. It is the new one that we've actually recently rolled out, but both Tasha and Sabra have access to the same account, and they both check it about 8 to 10 times a day between the two separately. So about 16 to 20 times a day that gets looked at. So if you guys do have questions, go ahead and just check, send over a quick email. Obviously, if it's more urgent, you can reach out to them directly about the issue. But if it is a less urgent question and more administrative, just go ahead and use that because there's a better chance you'll get heard quicker and responded to faster. Under here, we've got our Agent Leadership Council. So these are all the wonderful members on ALC. a little bit about them, their information there, and the committees they serve. So if you guys are ever curious, have questions about any of these committees, what they do, what they're talking about, or how you can get involved, you've got their contact information there. But I will say that each of them meets usually on the first Tuesday or first Wednesday of the month. They hold committee meetings that is welcome to any agent to join. So if you guys would like to be part of their conversations, ask questions, get involved with the committee, you're more than welcome to go ahead and step foot into those. You can also always reach out to them if you're confused and want to know where they meet. Reach out to them and they'll be able to give you some information. Down here, we've got our wonderful coaches. So productivity coaching is a big thing in KW Valentine. So part of when you onboard here, there are 3 pillars of mentorship, as we call it. The first pillar is your productivity coach. So your productivity coach is going to be really, really great in helping to hold you accountable, helping you to goal set, and helping you strategize with how you're going to meet those goals. So they're really great individuals to help be there for you and kind of in your corner and pushing you along. So please take advantage of them. They're absolutely here to help you. They all have amazing businesses on top of this. This is extra time that they volunteer to give back to you guys to help see you guys be successful as well. So utilize the resources that they end up providing you because they're significant. And a lot of times they were given to them by their coaches when they first started out too. A little bit further down, we have our T group partners. Our T group partners make up our second pillar of mentorship here. Our T group partners are our transaction group partners. So these are individuals who are seasoned agents here who are very familiar and comfortable with the form, the contracts, the ins and outs of the transaction as well. And they're here to help instruct you guys on that. So if you have questions, please reach out to your T group partner. I like to think of them usually, and Tasha's actually one of the T group partners here, but I like to think of them as your first step before going to Sabra about something. Always talk to your T group partner first. If they don't know the answer, they will then direct you to go talk to Sabra about something or to ask Tasha about something. But 9 times out of 10, they will know your answer and they're happy to help you guys. They will meet weekly, most of them in the office, and they have kind of group sessions where they'll get together and they'll talk and they'll just chunk down some of those contracts and help break it down, make it a little easier for you guys to understand so you can really feel confident going into that first transaction. But like I said, really, really, really knowledgeable people and always happy to help. So if you guys are having trouble reaching out to your specific T group partner, or maybe those meeting times aren't working, go ahead and reach out to somebody else. They're always happy to answer your questions. And the last pillar of mentorship here is our first step partners. Our first step partners are great because they know all things KWB. So if you guys are wondering, hey, where's that mailroom again? Or I was actually curious, who do I go talk to about this? Go ahead and take advantage of, again, these wonderful people. They're here to help you guys. Carla Kettler is actually on staff with us here. She shares an office with me. So she's great to get to know, but they're really helpful and just kind of reminding you the different ins and outs of the office. And they're also really great in those first 3 months that you guys are here. They're going to be checking in on you pretty often just to make sure you're doing all right, making sure that everything's going smoothly in your business. How can they be of help for you? If everything's going great and you don't call them back, that's okay. They'll know that you're doing great. But if you guys have questions, please go ahead and give them a call back, especially if you miss it. But the other really great thing that they're going to provide is, as you kind of see here, is there's a 30, 60, 90 ramp up. It is a checklist that they'll be sharing with you through Google Sheets in those first few weeks that you guys are here. And it's just going to kind of give you some overview and direction as to things you can be working on. By no means is anybody checking this. Nobody's going to grade you on it or make sure that you've done everything in order. But it's just a really good idea of structure that you guys can kind of walk in with, give you a pointer as to what you can be doing, because it is very open-ended now that you've got your own businesses here. So we want to make sure that if nothing else, you walk away with a little bit of structure so you've got some direction, because it can be a little overwhelming at first. So ask them questions as you guys are working through that, or maybe, again, don't feel obligated to do everything on there, but it's going to be helpful in the end. So that's going to be your third pillar of mentorship here. Towards the bottom, we've just got some helpful links and things like that. So I wouldn't, again, there's another way to get to those, so I'm not going to harp on those for too long, but that's a really great starting point on the homepage. This next tab over is our frequently asked questions. Under frequently asked questions, these are all different tiles here that just kind of give you a general idea of a question. If you had a question about a contract, you can call Sabra. If you have a question about your commission request, if you hover over, you can call Lynn. It gives you their contact information as well. But if you're ever kind of walking in with a different kind of question, not expressed here on the tiles, and hey, I really don't know who to talk to about this, always come to me first. I'm happy to connect you with who knows the answer. I always say that I don't know every answer, but I know how to get you to the person who does. So don't be a stranger. Again, please utilize me as a resource as well. I'm happy to get you connected. I'll either get you the answer myself and send it back to you, or I'll at least CC that person on the email and get you guys in conversation as quickly as possible. The next tab to note here is our on-demand training tab. You'll notice that it is password protected. So if everyone is ready, you can take it in your phone, you can write it down, you can put it in your laptop, or you can just memorize it and internalize it. Our password for this page is capital B, lowercase a, m, c, and then the number in 350. And if you guys are comfortable using the Wi-Fi here, it is the same as the Wi-Fi without an exclamation point. So ready? It's capital B, lowercase a, m, c, and then the number 350. And that's going to give you access to this tab and the tab to its right. And I give you that now because that's going to be probably the tabs you guys are most excited to use because it's got forms and things like that. So that's why it's password protected, and that's going to be the password. Again, if you lose it, email. No exclamation point. Yes, ma'am. Exclamation point is for our Wi-Fi. We like to make it as confusing as possible. So on the left-hand side here under on-demand training, if you were to click on this on-demand tab, it's going to actually take you to a YouTube channel for KW Valentine. So not every training is posted here. Actually, it is strictly the recurring trainings. But if you guys miss a team meeting, if you miss a forms class, if you missed KWB Orientation, for example, you guys can find those recordings posted to this YouTube channel. So that's something I like to recommend you guys utilize because, again, it just makes it with what you guys do and your go, go, go. This is going to be a good way for you guys to still get the information, but at a time that works for your schedule. I know obviously your showings happen usually during the day. So if you miss a training in person here in the office, especially those, and I guess I should say exclusively those that are offered Zoom as well, those are going to be the ones that have recordings. If you don't see a Zoom link posted for that training, if it's an in-person only or a special event, that training will not be posted here. And I'm just giving you that as full disclosure now because I don't want anyone to go on there looking for that profit share party and getting upset that it's not on there. So for those special trainings, come in person for all of those if any of them are of interest to you. But if you guys do miss that team meeting, because 11 to 12, I was showing a house, but I know that you guys talked about something great or you had a special speaker, I want to know what I missed, you guys can just watch that recording. So don't stress about always making it to team meeting if you can't, because they're posted. And I would say it usually takes me 1 to 2 weeks to get those up there. So if you're ever scouring YouTube and you see that, hey, I think something 3 weeks ago wasn't posted, go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll be able to let you know if, oops, I missed it, or if maybe there was a glitch and something happened with the recording. So always shoot me an email if you're ever noticing something looks funny. But the right-hand side here under Command on Demand is actually going to take you to Scott Leroy's YouTube channel. And I apologize, there's a video that always plays when I open this up. So I'm going to try and pause it, but it might be kind of loud for a second. Okay, I think I got it. Sometimes I think I get it and it still does it. So, but Scott Leroy Marketing has a YouTube channel, and this is all built up for your benefit. Again, just giving you information and access to technology insight. So as you guys are getting, again, comfortable using your KW Tech, but you've got questions, or I just can't make Tuesdays, I've got baseball practice for my son, I can't make it. Go ahead and look into their YouTube channel. Again, they've got some simple little small videos as short as 2 minutes of just a quick tech tip, but they also go all the way into giving you guys full information and sessions on how to work Command. So if you guys are looking for my KW and Command overview, this is going to be where they post those classes. So you guys can have access to that information as well and get more of that full in-depth conversation and understanding of how to do something. But yeah, so they've got anything ranging from 2 minutes to an hour on here. So again, just a really great way for you guys to get comfortable using the tech, because I think that 9 times out of 10, what I hear from you guys as new agents is that sometimes that can be the biggest hurdle, is understanding just how you're going to be walking through the technology and putting everything in correctly so that when you guys get that check, you're done, you're good, you get paid. So if you guys are looking for any of that information, this is another really great resource if you can't make it to one of our live trainings by Jules and Leah. I'm just going to close out real quick, but that is another resource for you guys. Just a little bit more information about Ignite. If you guys are curious, maybe I'm not in it yet, or I'm just wondering if it's a good fit for me, this is going to be a little bit more information for you. And under the office resources, one thing I'm going to show you guys real quick, actually 2 things, is if you just hover over the office resources, you don't click on it, you'll notice that there's advertising guidelines and a do not call list. Advertising guidelines, I would highly recommend looking into if you guys especially are going like that Vistaprint route and you want to make sure legally you have everything on something that you need to. Check the advertising guidelines because it'll give you an idea. Same with your flyers. Always you can shoot those over to that administrative BIC Gmail account we have, and they'll give you the approval, 2 thumbs up. You're good to share that with your clients. But if you guys have questions, that's a really, really great resource to stop and look at. The next thing under here is the do not call list. I'm sure you guys have heard about that in real estate school. Do not call list. Yes. No, it's cool. Then I won't touch base on it too much. But if you guys need any information about the do not call list, how to get registered, click on that. And it will be all the information you need. Again, it's password protected, but I'm just going to go ahead and get into the tab. Same password we discussed. Did anybody miss the password? I think everyone got it as I enter it wrong. Oh, that's because caps lock is on. Okay, perfect. So this next tab here under Office Resources is probably going to be your favorite tab, maybe even more than my training calendar, and that's okay. On the left-hand side, if you were to click on Get Forms, if you're North Carolina licensed, you'll click on this left-hand side. If you're South Carolina or both, you're looking for South Carolina, you'll click on the right side here. But under this Get Forms button, it'll take you to a Google Drive folder that Sabra has put together herself of all the forms that you guys will be using that are KWB specific. This is not every form you guys will need for a transaction, full disclosure. A lot of those can be found through DocuSign or through Zip forms. But for those KWB specific, like working with real estate agents, a referral agreement, W-9s, things like that, this is where you guys can stop and find those. Again, if they're Valentine specific, this is a really great spot to check. If you guys are noticing that different things are not here that you're looking for, always check DocuSign, always check Zip forms. That's 9 times out of 10 where you can find those things. But again, if you're struggling to find something, reach out to your T Group partner. You could reach out to your First Step partner as well if you really wanted to, but I recommend T Group partner first. Talk to your coach. You can reach out to Carla, will know as well, Carla Kettler on compliance. She'll be able to give you some direction. You can email me and I'll forward it to Carla. So don't feel like you can't email me, but I usually don't know where everything is unless it's in this folder here because I'm not an agent. So I can't access everything the same way you guys can. But again, this is where a lot of those forms are going to be. And these are your North Carolina specific forms. Close out there. The next Google Drive folder that I want to show you guys is under Office Checklist. If you were to click Get Checklist, it will show you again an entire Google Drive folder of checklists that Sabra herself has built up for you guys. And they just explain, again, kind of an overview of what you guys can expect for a transaction. So if you guys are going and you want to talk about, North Carolina listing checklist, again, they're all specific to the different sides and different states. But if you guys were looking at, okay, what can I expect? What do I have to have? When do I need to get it to where it needs to go? This is a really, really good spot for you guys to look for some of that guidance. If you guys don't have somebody kind of in your pocket with you to ask questions, you guys can always print these off. You guys can reference them as often as you'd like. But again, it's just help build up that confidence and comfort for you guys because there is a lot that you're expected to know as the experts in real estate. So if you're ever stressed and kind of wondering what that looks like and you want a quick, easy way to do it, check these checklists. She makes them there and puts them there for you guys to use because she knows that they have a lot of value. Close out of that. But again, these are going to be 2 of your favorite buttons to click on under this password protected tab. The next thing here, CE Shop. Just quickly, if you were to hit find classes, we do have a partnership and a dual branded website as a result with the CE Shop. They're known for pre, post, continuing education, all the things. And they do offer a discount to you guys through our partnership with them. So if you were to scroll down, and sometimes it shows it. So for example, right here for North Carolina, a value package, it'll show you the discount that's immediately applicable right there. It gives you the code and everything, but you can usually see it here as well. And I also am getting emails from our representative with CE Shop. So anytime I'm informed of an amazing deal, like 50% off, which I think just happened the other day, I'll post it to the Facebook first thing in the morning, the day it starts applying, so that you guys can see it and go ahead and get registered for anything that you need. Again, these discounts apply all across the board, if it's continuing education, post licensing, anything like that. There's also a really cool feature on here, and I'll talk about this and one more thing on here before I take us back to our website. The first thing is if you were going under, I think it's under exam prep, South Carolina, it might be. So under South Carolina, there's exam prep. So if you guys are looking for kind of a resource to access, what does that assessment kind of look like, give you guys a practice test, they've got one here. You would click the free assessment button. That's a really common question I get as you guys get to going on and getting that second license. Similar to that, if you went to under get your license for South Carolina salesperson, they offer, this is unique as far as I'm aware to CE Shop, they offer a free trial for self-paced, which is kind of cool because I know that if you sometimes Superior is hard to make, sometimes the in-person classes just don't make sense for your schedule. And maybe if you've always been toying with the idea of, do I think I would succeed with online or self-paced, this is a great opportunity for you guys to try it without having to buy it. So you guys can try it for up to a week, see if it seems like it's compatible with your learning style. If it is, awesome. They'll let you go ahead and subscribe and take care of the payment right there, and you can continue on. If it's not a good fit, you can walk away with no liability on that. You didn't pay anything into it, but it just kind of gives you guys an opportunity to test that out. And that's something you guys can also share with other agents, give that opportunity. That can be a tool that you guys use to try and bring somebody to KW Valentine. So just different things to keep in mind. The last thing I wanted to show you under Agent Essentials is the Hot Topics section. It's a neat section here that actually contains a library of blogs, ebooks, podcasts, and videos, all pertaining to the real estate world. Some of them are serious and they're more informative and educational. Some of them are more fun and just kind of humorous. So either way, this is something that not only can entertain or inform you, but it's something that you can then share on your social media. So I'd like to show you guys this as something else that you can use to diversify your feed, because that can help you guys to gain more traffic to your pages. So feel free to play around with this and learn from it yourself, or just even share it with some of your clients on Facebook, whatever your heart tells you to do. But just another great resource for you guys to have and be aware of. A little bit further down, KW Valentine floor plan. I don't think you'll ever need that, but it's there. And under here, we've got our numbers to know. These are a little bit more important. If you guys do go on to get that South Carolina license and you need that firm license number, this is where you can find it. Different things like that. We've got our Canopy MLS ID. We've got our BIC participant license numbers. And we've also got our Wi-Fi password. So if you guys are looking for more integral numbers like that, go ahead and check there first. Again, if you're missing it and you can't see it, couldn't remember how to get to it, contact me and I'll get that information for you. But that's a good spot for you guys to start. Under tech resources here, we've got quite a few things. We do have Marty Miller for Teams, which I'll go ahead and I'm just going to click into real quick. Another YouTube channel, but Marty Miller for Teams. Marty Miller for Teams is a 66-day challenge that just kind of helps walk you guys through chunking down, setting up your KW marketing profile. So if you couldn't schedule the consultation with Leah, or maybe you just are very ambitious and you want to do it yourself and see how far you can get through, Marty Miller for Teams, under 10-minute videos every single day, and it just makes it small, easy. But at the end of the 66 days, you'll have a completed marketing profile. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. But it just, again, tutorial style, just kind of walks you through it. Very helpful. Not required, but something that is available to you guys. Under tech resources, again, we've just got same things, different access points to the same information. We've got that answers.kw. We've got Pivot Shift Ahead. Pivot Shift Ahead is actually a Facebook page, I believe it's going to draw you to. And that's run by James Shaw. If you guys don't know who James Shaw is, he's very, very big in the Keller Williams world. And he's incredibly helpful with understanding what the market is doing. That's one of his favorite things to pay attention to and be cognizant of. So he's on there constantly giving you guys updates as to what the market is doing, especially as shifts are happening, just to keep you updated, but also to give you strategies and ideas as to things you guys can be doing to help navigate through it. So if you guys have interest in he does a call every single morning. I think it's 15 minutes long, not long, but super, super helpful. So that's one resource here that a ton of our top producers use. I highly recommend. All you have to do is look up the Pivot Shift Ahead on Facebook. It's a group page, request to join. I got mine approved in 5 minutes. So super, super easy. And he goes live on Facebook every morning. We've also got access to Scott Leroy and KW Commands. Under the helpful links, we do have a ALC meeting minute. So if you guys ever miss an ALC meeting, but you want to know what the conversations that were had, you guys can check the ALC meeting minutes. It'll be a Google Drive folder that's got our meeting minutes for the year. So check that out and reference it as much as you'd like or as much as you're interested in. The next thing is our prayer request form. You guys are family to us and we take that very seriously here. So if there's ever anything going on in your personal lives and maybe you're too shy to come forward to me in person or come forward to any of us in person, that's an opportunity for you guys to send something to us just to notify us and let us know. But like I said, we take family very seriously. We want to make sure that everything's well with you guys. And if it is not, we want to know any way that we can step up to help. So keep us updated on what's going on in your lives, or maybe even the lives of your loved one or the lives of an agent here that might be too shy. Keep us in the loop on things so we can step up and help where we can. And that's just an opportunity for you guys to let us know in a more private way, but also you guys can specify on there if it's something you want to keep between just leadership, or if you want to expand that prayer power and have us tell the market center. So entirely up to you. Utilize the tool that's there. And if you're not shy and you're not afraid to email me, Teresa, go ahead and just shoot that email out. It is no longer on here. We did used to have a form for filling out if you guys had somebody that you thought would be a good fit for KWB. It's no longer on here because we didn't end up using that form as much as we thought we needed to, because it can be as simple as just emailing Teresa. So if you guys know somebody that you think would flourish here and you want to see them be here with you, and you want to build that downline and bring them in, email Teresa. Just say, hey, here's so-and-so, here's their information. I'd love for the two of you to meet. And she'll go ahead and make that call and get connected and bring them in. And hopefully that builds your downline. Speaking of Teresa. And then a little bit further down, again, just access to scheduling the conference room. The next thing though that I will actually show you guys is our strategic vendor partner spreadsheet. So if you guys did not join that Facebook page and oh shoot, I have a client and they need help with this, I need somebody quick. These are some of our vetted vendors here, organized by their industry, so that you guys can have a simple way of finding the information you're looking for. But we've got their company name, who our point of contact is, what their email is, their phone number, the website, services they offer, almost all of the information you could possibly need before even reaching out to them. But again, these are all of those vetted vendors that are wonderful, have had great history with our agents here, and actually pay to be a part of the market center and to be here and working with you guys. So if you guys, so if you guys are in need of a vendor and you don't know of somebody who does window repair, or you don't know of somebody who does junk removal, and you don't have the time to ask, or even if you do, this is a good stopping point first, because it's going to be those individuals again that are vetted and work closely with our agents. So it saves you the trip of trying to hunt them down. And the other thing to note is, if you even see here under landscaping, it says we need new landscapers. So if you guys have a vendor that you love using, or that you begin using and you think they're great, and you recommend them to join KWB or want them to be a part of the vendor program, go ahead and just let us know. Again, it's as simple as just introducing them to Teresa, and she'll make an appointment with them, see if they'd be interested in joining our program. But then they'll be right there. It's great business for them, great business for you, win-win. All right, so like I said, that is going to be our vendor spreadsheet there, and it's under our helpful links. And this is also, there's access to this, I believe, as well on our KWB Valentine regular Facebook page. It's circulated there every now and then as well. The next thing to show or to talk about is the Think Like a CEO podcast. Another really great tool for you guys as you guys are trying to establish the right mindset, know how to wealth build, know all the things, kind of really take control of that business. Think Like a CEO is actually run by Gary Keller. So Gary Keller and Jay Papasan run this podcast, and it's one that, again, I believe it's free to you guys just to jump on, but look into it. It's just one of those things that you guys can add to your arsenal of tools that just gives you a little bit more edge and leg up than maybe another agent. So check out the CEO podcast under Keller Inc. Same thing. It's a website where you can buy all things Keller Williams books. So if you guys know of a book that maybe we didn't have in stock in the closet, but you really want it for you, for your client, for your mom, go ahead and check out the Keller Inc. website. You usually can find them on Amazon as well, but if you can't, Keller Inc. is a really great resource. And the last thing that I like to talk about under helpful links is Outfront Magazine. And the only reason I actually bring up Outfront Magazine is in regards to social media. Outfront Magazine releases, or they publish monthly, an idea of something you guys can post to social media every single day. So if you guys are struggling to come up with an idea of what you guys can be sharing to just keep that active and keep traction going on your page, check out the Outfront Magazine, because they make a rainy Tuesday idea for you right then and there. You don't have to think about it. You can probably copy and paste something, or go ahead and just post something absolutely absentmindedly. It doesn't even need to require any thought or time. And that's kind of why they do it, to help make it a little easier for you guys. So utilize that as well. And the last thing to note on the entire page actually is this I need tech help button. If you guys ever need tech help, this is actually a really quick way for you guys to drop right into Jules and Leah's calendar for a free 30-minute consultation. So if you guys have questions about your technology, maybe I just want to get comfortable using it as a baseline, or maybe actually I'm looking to do something specific. I want to set up a smart plan. Whatever your question is, I can almost guarantee they've got the answer for you, but this allows you to just drop right into their calendar. So you can click, they're here Tuesdays through Fridays, usually about lunchtime to early afternoon. They're here from like 11:30, noon o'clock, that was ridiculous, noon to about 2:30. So click on any of these days and you'll see all of their open appointments. You can click right on it. You can say, once you confirm, you'll say your email, say your name. I want the appointment in person at Valentine, or I'd like to do it through Zoom because they offer that as well. And you guys can go ahead and get started with them. So highly recommend reaching out to them and getting that appointment, especially as you guys are new and trying to get comfortable with the technology. Can't be a bad thing. But that is really it. And I know I word vomited and I know I talked fast, so it didn't go well. So if you guys have questions though, in regards to anything we covered, I'm happy to take them now. If I don't know the answer to it, I will write it down and go reach out to whoever I need to get it. And the other thing I always say before I even open the floor officially is best thing to do, because I know sometimes it's like, I don't even know if I have a question because that was so much information, and that's okay. So what I recommend in those situations is just go ahead, like deep breath for a second, go home, mess around on the website when at your earliest convenience, walk yourself kind of through what we covered today. If you realize I'm good to go, I don't have questions, then don't worry about it. But if something comes up and you don't remember how to do something, or, oh shoot, I meant to ask her that in class, but I didn't have a chance, you can shoot me an email and I'm happy to answer it for you. But while we are still together, is there anything that might stand out immediately as something that you'd like to talk about? Yeah. Mhm. Our building number is building 2. We are building 2. We're yellow. Your parking pass will be yellow. I hope you like the color. But yes, we're building 2. And that's usually something when you guys email me. If you have to email me, I will send that information to you. And I usually say that as a reminder. I meant to say it today, so thank you for pointing that out. We're building 2. Nice and yellow. Yeah, so it should be the only Keller Williams option on there. So you'll just click Keller Williams, and that's for them because the management office is in this park. Basically, it just gives them, this is where I'm walking it. I'm going to walk it over to them, drop it off with Sue, and she'll put it in your mail folder. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Okay, so if you want to get set up with the printers here, you can bring your laptop to me and I will take care of that for you. Yeah, you guys can hang out with me. It's okay. Perfect. Yeah. So once you have completed your onboarding process and you're all set up, then just go ahead and you can bring over your computer. And usually the telltale sign for completed your onboarding process, once your Scott Leroy setup comes back to you with your email, with your step, as soon as you've got your tech set up, that's usually when I go in and then I do stuff on the back end. I add you guys to our printers, assign you a printer code. So once that's happened, then you can absolutely come to me and I'm happy to set up the printers for you. If you have yet to receive that email, give it just a couple more days. And then once that email comes through to you, then you guys can come on over and I'll set up the printers. But unfortunately, until that email comes through, I can't put your phone. Is there anything else question-wise that might stand out? It's okay if not, but no, I know. I know. Oh, well, if it makes you feel any better, it's super sunny outside now. So you might as well, like, you could just pop open the door and kind of enjoy the breeze for a second. Okay, well, if that is the case and we don't have any more questions, we get out 7 minutes early, guys. Woo woo. So you guys can have your day back. Enjoy your day. Thank you all so much for being here. And like I said, if any questions come up, just let me know. I'm happy to answer them. So yay. Thank you guys so much for being here. You're dismissed. I won't bother you anymore. All right.